37 creepy, cringy convention experiences, according to Reddit. Number 37. I was dressed in a reboot Star Trek Uhura costume. A man in uniform from the original movies comes up and asks me to take a picture with him. I say yes. He takes a normal picture, and then before I could do anything, he grabs my leg and throws it over him. This uniform was short enough that my ass and underwear was definitely visible in that picture. He thanked me and sped off while my dickhole ex laughed about the whole thing. It was so fast I didn't even react until he'd left. It was a drive-by grope. The old Zap Brannigan. You guys could learn a lesson from this. I'm kidding. Don't do this to women in public. Number 36. Do it to men, though. I'm kidding. They could take it. Number 36. A massive and amazingly plotted out Sailor Moon panel was completely derailed by these two kids. They were about 10 and 12. A little young considering it was way late in the night. But it wasn't an adult panel, so they got in. Constant barrage of questions. Anytime they started talking, it led to a 5-minute rant on how their classmate at school doesn't understand what being an otaku is. The panelist was clearly flustered, but wasn't sure what to do about this, so she answered them and let them go on. She got to cover maybe 20% of her panel. About half of the room of 70-ish people left because it was just too much. Well, you 70 people were such pushover fucking dweebs that you let some stupid 10 and 12-year-olds not talk up. They're just kids. Shut them the hell up and usher them the hell out. They're just kids. Take issue with whoever their handlers were, because trust me, a 10 and 12-year-old weren't just roaming around a convention on their own. Because otherwise, y'all would have, you know what I mean? What is going on? Number 35. Cringiest. My husband cosplayed as Darth Vader around the time that episode 7 came out. Cool. He was very popular because he's 6'4" and built like a linebacker. Lots of requests for pictures. This guy who looked like he lived in his mother's basement came up dressed as a Jedi. And by Jedi, I mean he was wearing a bathrobe and carrying an expensive looking lightsaber prop. He wanted to be recorded fighting Darth Vader. So hands me his camera, didn't even ask, takes his stance, and proceeds to have an aggressive lightsaber duel with my husband, where most people took about 15 seconds to get their poses photographed. This guy dueled for about 2 minutes. My stomach was in knots the whole time from the awkwardness. Darth's husband eventually had to force choke him to end it. You fucking loser. Someone says, this is the cringe I've been looking for. This is a cringe I haven't felt since. Number 34. One of the cringiest things I've seen happen during a small con, when a bunch of friends and I were hanging out in an area with some couches, just chatting and reading bad fan fiction together, as you do. Well, we'd been sitting there for a while when a guy and 2 girls walked up and stopped a few meters in front of us. One of the girls was dressed in a bra/harness that went around her torso and hips and in between her legs. The world's shortest leather skirt, a gag, stripper heels, some kind of animal paws, and a collar with a leash. No underwear, nothing else. The guy talked with the other girl for a while before he grabbed the first girl's leash and dragged her off to somewhere. Well, he got it going on, apparently. Creepiest was probably the time that a legit neckbeard hit on me, or something. I don't know what he actually wanted. When I was 13, it was raining, and my cosplay, a very covering maid uniform, was half drenched. I was standing in line at McDonald's when the guy in front of me turned around and in baby speech asked if the little kitty cat is wet, which wouldn't have been at all creepy if he hadn't easily been 40 centimeters taller than me and 20 plus years older than me, with the looks of a senior hobo. Whoa. Like I said, guys, one of the easiest ways to not be creepy and cringeworthy is to be attractive. What are you guys doing, man? What are you guys doing? Check your like looks, guys. Jeez. Come on now. You guys think you're higher on that scale, don't you? Number 33. Not just an attendee, but a worker too. I do security for some Comic-Cons. Here in the UK, usually the front house, while you talk to a few people, I'll talk to a few thousand. Okay. For me, the cringiest attendees are the ones that take the character they're cosplaying as way too seriously, going up to security officers and trying to role play with them. Bear in mind, a lot of the team is 40-something-year-old men that hate this stuff and are only there for the paycheck. They fully expect us to understand all of the fandoms and get confused or even annoyed that I don't know their niche character from some weird anime. But the worst was when I had to do a queue control, which is like controlling a line, for a popular YouTuber stand. Okay, Rooster Teeth. Oh, I'm not sure how popular they are. I don't know who they are. Kids begin... Oh, wow. Excuse me. Kids being upset and angry they can't meet their idols is fine. I get that. This one kid had a full meltdown in front of me. I say kid, he was more like 15 to 16, stomping up and down, yelling about how unfair it was that he couldn't go in. He most likely had some conditions, but it was just a sight to behold, and one that put me off working at Comic-Cons for a while. Creepiest was the old guy we handed to the police for taking candid photographs of teenage cosplayers. Girls cosplay all you want, but please know that there are perverts out there and they will take upskirt photos of you in your skimpy schoolgirl costumes. Guys too, but it's almost always creeps going after female minors. Stay safe. We recommend you wear plain black shorts under those skirts. We also confiscated a wooden plank with 6-inch rusty nails and hammered because the guy in plain clothes said it was part of his costume. I don't think so. Oh my god. Oh my god. Number 32. Many years ago, I went to a convention dressed in a Babylon 5 Psi Corps uniform. Okay, Psi Corps, I don't know. I got cornered in an autograph line by the stereotypical creepy nasal-voiced Trekkie who went on and on and on about how all the reasons why Deep Space Nine was totally way better than Babylon 5. Deep Space Nine sucked though, dude. No amount of "that's your opinion and I respect that, I happen to prefer Babylon 5" would shut him up. Dude was mortally offended that I liked one show better than another. Thank heaven my friend showed up shortly thereafter and saved me from having to listen to this guy any further. You should have been a dick about it.
These are my friends. Do you have those? Bye.
Number 31. Supernatural conventions are great for observing pure social awkwardness and complete lack of self-awareness. I used to know a girl who watched Supernatural. She was cute. I was at the panel for 2 leads of the show, and the format is basically question and answer. You're not supposed to tell personal stories, ask for hugs, or generally waste everyone's time. Just ask your questions and go. Chick dressed as a cowboy gets up to the mic, spends a couple of minutes rambling mostly incoherently, and then pulls out a newly purchased baby outfit to give as a gift to one of the leads, who had either announced his wife was pregnant recently or the kid was just being born. Dude managed to make the awkward thanks sound appreciative somehow and quietly handed it off to one of the staffers. The guys are masters of dealing with cringe. There's so many stories of girls freaking out and crying in the photo op room, screeching about, "Oh my God, Jensen smells so good," trying to awkwardly shoehorn /fic references into their Q&A questions, going on tearful rambles for 5 minutes at the mic about how Supernatural is the most important thing in the world to them, etc., etc., etc. I mean, your ordinary conventions have a lot of cringe floating around, but Supernatural conventions are a whole other level. Oh boy. Somebody says, they also go on to say, if someone ever tells you that they're into super hulock, just save yourself the time and punch them in the face immediately. Oh God. Number 30. I sell original comics, usually have a table, but the story that sticks out to me is at a convention, there was a kid who was about 14 and pretty nerdy. He went on and on to us about how a vendor having ice cream planets, I guess they were in Firefly. Okay. These were balls of ice cream on the end of a string that you had to eat while holding it up in the air. He made a point every time he had one to walk past our table, making eye contact with us as he tried to eat the ice cream that was on a string. Someone said, that food sounds problematic. That may be my favorite phrase of the thread. That food sounds problematic. Write it in the comment section, guys. That food sounds problematic. That food sounds problematic. Number 29. I was dressed up as the blue-haired girl from Me. Like I've heard of that. We're just going to assume it's another stupid anime. And some guy asked me why I wasn't dressed as the naked version of her. There's a naked version of the girl. Nice. Why aren't you dressed as the naked version of her? What a pathetic attempt at a pickup. But, you know, it's almost adorable in like a pathetic way, you know. Is Me your favorite anime if it's an anime, guys, and you're upset that I don't know about it? Tell me about it in the comment section. And then, you know, pretend that I care if you're not naked. Love you. Number 28. The creepiest thing that I ever saw was a sexy gender bend Batman. Wait. So it was like a woman, but it was like a sexy Batman. Mind you, not a Batgirl or Batwoman, which wasn't the problem. That was asked to pose for a picture with a family child. Ooh. The kid was maybe 6 or 7, and the pose the parents wanted, the kid on the ground with Batman's foot on him like he was being pinned down. It ended up looking like pedo BDSM. Oh my God. Figurative kid rape, but not technical. Somebody said, I read gender bend as gingerbread. And I thought, well, that's different. For some reason, when I saw gender bend, even though I know it meant like instead of man, it's woman, some part of me thought ginger too. So I'm like, it's a redheaded Batman woman? That sounds kind of hot. You know what I mean? Weird. Give me a second. Number 27. Holy shit. Just thinking about this experience makes my asshole shrivel, but sharing cringy moments is my passion. So let's go. So I was cosplaying Gremlin Diva at Sydney Smash. Oh, Overwatch, baby. I approve of this cosplay. When this photography dude, who's taken photos of me earlier on the day, approaches me with a Mountain Dew can and cracks a joke about Diva and the good old classic gamer drink. and tells me about this challenge he made up for himself to take a sip for every diva cosplayer he sees. He insists that because I'm Gremlin Diva, logically, he should chug an entire can upon seeing me. I'm like, all right. But then he drops it on me that he wants me to watch him do it, whilst he films it. My innards collapse upon themselves with the force of the cringe. But being the nice, giving person I am, I fucking agree to act like a chump. He gives the camera to my sister, who's cosplaying May. Ooh, cutie. And proceeds to awkwardly hork down the goddamn dew in audible gulps. But the gumps. Forrest Gumps. But the thing is, it takes some time to chug a 250 milliliter can of soda if you're a scrawny nerd. So cue about 15 seconds worth of me attempting to act impressed with some incredibly cringy faces and gestures, whilst inside I'm like, ugh. The cherry on top, when he finally fucking finishes, I blurt out, Can you stop? I'm tapping the stop button. No means no, phone. No means no. The cherry on top is when he finally finishes, I blurt out,
Now that's what I call a high score.
in the squeaky diva voice, and I do this dumb Nerf gun pose towards the camera. Woman, my own fucking sister. I wanted to die. I still think about that moment late at night and experience visceral physical pain. It haunts me. Yo, I want to see your cosplay, bitch. I want to see your cosplay, bitch. I want to see your sister, bitch. Let me see that sister. Let me see that sister. Come on. Let's see what's going down. Want to see that sister cosplay. You. So there's that. I just sent her a message asking to see her and her sister's cosplay. Something tells me I'm going to want to see that May. As we continue up the list, we reach number 26. For me, it was last year at the Sydney Smash anime convention. I saw the Dark Magician Girl. Wow, Yu-Gi-Oh, y'all. Figure where you can see the panty shot at the stall, and this dude was just hovering over it for ages, looking at it in different angles, then started speaking to me about the underwear she was wearing. Then went off on hentai. Wasn't trolling, this was a genuine conversation starter for this guy. Well, hentai, y'all. Number 25. I've been pretty lucky, especially as a chick cosplaying Poison Ivy, which is admittedly a pretty sexy costume, corset, heels, etc. No super hardcore harassment. The worst things I've experienced are people, men, getting really close or trying to put their hands on inappropriate areas during requested photos. Like, I'm okay with a photo, but no, you can't put your hand on my ass. I've also had people ask me to leave my boyfriend and come with them, even if only for a night. Cringe, dude. Definitely no. No, bro. Somebody says, you'll leave your boyfriend for me though, right? Oh my God. Anyway, number 24. The cringiest thing and creepiest thing I've ever seen at a convention, it actually both happened at a local convention held at a university. The cringiest one was a guy participating in a cosplay contest as his original steampunk character, which would have probably been fine on its own if he didn't answer all of the judges' questions on stage awkwardly in character. The creepiest thing I saw requires some context. When we were at the same contest, the winner was a guy who was clearly in his 30s or 40s doing his own original character, which was a samurai with a mask covering his face. He talked to my girlfriend and complimented her on her outfit, and he seemed really nice every time we talked to him. But a day after the convention, we found out that they revoked his award because they found he was sexually harassing young girls earlier that night and registered for the convention under a fake name. It was a local convention, so most of the people there knew each other, but no one had any idea who this guy was. I wonder if he was a time traveler, a real samurai. You're an idiot, Kyle. A response reads, I heard a rumor. It actually says, I heed a rumor. Heed the rumor, children. I'm kidding. I heard a rumor in my hometown that one of the guys who won the dress-up contest at a local small-town convention was a pedophile who wouldn't stop harassing children and 14-year-olds. It was already over, but then I couldn't confirm, but I wouldn't doubt it. Were you just building on like this is made-up rumor? I heard that he was actually a miniature man that a spell was cast upon, and he became big and came to life. And when he told lies, his penis would grow. Okay, give me a second. What's wrong with me? Number 23. I was standing in the artist alley talking to some people at a table about the character I was dressed as. Are you gonna sneeze? Excuse me. Jesus, come on. When some crazy person literally jumped on me from behind, shrieking something about pretty cosplay. Then he grabbed my ass and ran away making bizarre noises. It was rather unsettling and pissed me off considerably. Jesus. Somebody's saying, do cons have security? If so, you should probably report them to security. Somebody says, almost everyone is wearing a disguise. Nice. Number 22. Uber driver here. I was driving in Atlanta during Dragon Con, and I picked up a dude dressed up as a refrigerator. That is so fucking awesome. I'm mad that I can't upvote this because this whole post has been archived, but I love it. Dressed as a refrigerator. Someone replies, I guess he got tired of running. If you don't get it, I'm not explaining it. I guess he got tired of running and he called an Uber. Is your refrigerator Ubering? Number 21, man. All right. I go to about 3 to 4 conventions a year, and I have never met a single creep except in a random small convention I've never been to before. I was there with my friend, and he's about 50 bathroom breaks. And he's had about 50 bathroom breaks, and it looks like there's no sign of stopping. So I'm waiting outside the men's room dressed up as Homura Akami. How cute. What a weeb little girl. That's when this about 4'11", 350-pound dude with a scraggly beard, which has bald spots, shows up. I'm standing in front of the men's room. Just generally disinterested because it's the fucking bathroom. What else is there to do? I try to ignore this presence by staring at my phone, but there's absolutely no one around us and this fucker is smiling at me. As I switch off a Reddit thread, that's when it happened. He says, "Hi." His voice was incredibly grating, high-pitched and overall unpleasant. I reluctantly greet him back, and he fires back, "I see you're cosplaying Homura. I love her. She's like my waifu. I want to marry her." Like, first of all, I just met you. Like, second of all, she's like 14, you sick fuck. He continues this waifuism for a while before changing the target of his compliments from Homura to me. He starts calling me pretty, beautiful. Every compliment stung more than the last. I was pretty done with him, so I try to cut it short and say, "I need to meet up with a friend," start walking away, and he grabs my hand. I freak out a little and turn around. He shoots back at me. "I want to meet her too." This guy's legit hopeless. I abandon hope and tell him to go on ahead, a flimsy excuse looking back, and he tells me he's willing to wait. Another eternity passes while I wait for my friend to emerge from the fucking men's bathroom. The entire time was filled with his waifuisms and general praise, which did not come off as flattering. Why didn't you just go into the bathroom? You've already told us that you have a phone. I'm sure that you and the guy that's in the bathroom have coordinated how to get to the convention and be together via the phone. Go into the bathroom, tell him, go into the girl's bathroom to text him that, some guy is attacking you. Maybe even just have him come out and pretend to be your boyfriend for a little bit. You know what I mean? In his like constipated mess. And then go, "This is my girlfriend, bro. What are you doing, my girlfriend? Oh, I gotta use the bathroom. I'll be right back. That's my girlfriend, bro." You know what I mean? Oh my god. My friend finally fucking emerges and I introduce the two reluctantly and say we really gotta be going without him. And he yells, "Stop!" We look back at him. He's reaching into his pants and whips out his phone. He fiddles with it for a bit, turns the screen toward me, and asks for my number. He turns the screen towards me? What an awkward... This really is cringy. I am basically done with him, so I just straight up say no and push his phone back towards him. He stares at his screen and tilts his head, acting all confused. And then he turns his phone screen right back towards me, acting as if I just forgot to give him my number. I'm sufficiently creeped out, so I just say fuck it, grab my friend, and make a solid brisk walk away before you can't dash through a crowded hallway. Thankfully, we never saw him again, and he's now somewhere out there worshipping Homura. Oh, cringe. Number 20. Well, I saw two furries in full costume laying on a bench in a hotel lobby caressing each other. So, ooh. Number 19. I went out and saw a guy dressed as Tennant's doctor. Number 10. Key. At these teenage girls walking by in Sailor Moon outfits. And these teenage girls walking by in Sailor Moon outfits, and he looked at them and said, "Oh yeah, I'd like to be bigger on their insides." Oh, it was the worst. Somebody said, "Are you sure he wasn't dressed as Kilgrave?" Jessica! Come back here, Jessica! Oh my god, yes. That's my kind of reference. Number 18. I used to sell art in the artist alley at local conventions, and I never got to walk around too much since I had to watch over my table. But people who come up to you can be plenty creepy and cringy. I had one lady come up to me while I was drawing and go on a rant about how this convention would never be as good as Dragon Con, which honestly, who cares? She was also flinging spittle all over my drawing with apparently zero awareness. Ew. Also, women artists are at the tables near me always have to fend off creepy lurky dudes who just won't go away. It's sad. Oh, lady artist, you better not be sexy and hot with them big titties that you know you're trying to hide while you draw and stay alive. Why you hiding them big titties, Kira? Why you hiding them big titties? It's so wrong when people harass people in public, though. That's messed up. That's not kawaii. Come on, guys. Take it down a notch. Number 17. Not as bad as most of these stories, but this happened at a convention last year. He's 6+ feet tall, and he's dressed as an extremely accurate Dark Knight's Joker. He glances down my dress and says, "Well, hello, beautiful," right by my ear in a just as accurate voice. I have a strong stomach for scary shit, but Jiminy Christmas, that creeped the ever-loving hell out of me. Some girls would love it. Some girls would immediately drop their panties, and just be like, "Oh my God, Joker, take me, ha." Some people stay in the role really well from my observation from working at a few Comic-Cons. There was a gay girl dressed up as Dean Winchester at my exhibit. I have the car from the show, and she kept on saying that her name was Dean when we wanted to know what her real name was. She stayed in character the whole time. Well. Number 16. I sell comics at conventions and have seen a lot of really cringy stuff. The ones that make me cringe the most are the furries. There's always a group of them, and while they stick to their own little group, they constantly feel the need to grope each other in the main hall. There's also those groups, usually girls, who constantly run around like sprinting, and when they see someone they know, they jump on them, glomping, or whatever the fuck you want to call it, you fucking weirdos. All I know is that whatever it is, it annoys me. I always feel bad for cosplaying ladies. I've become good friends with many of them since we all go to the same conventions all the time, and my mom, who helps with the business, loves to go to talk to them at panels about sewing and stuff like that. They get creeped on so much, especially the ones with very large breasts. Nothing wrong with a little bit of chest meat. There is nothing wrong with a little bit of chest meat. There is even less wrong with a lot of meat, you see. Put the meat on me. Put the meat on me. There's nothing wrong with a little bit of chest meat. I'm sorry, God. Like one girl who has done some nude modeling. Ooh, nude modeling, and you got a problem with people creeping on you? If not for what you laying down, there wouldn't be supply all around. Kyle, shut up. And does cosplaying for a living now. The reason that you can do that for a living, dude, is because people are all about you physically. So you can't bite the hand that feeds you. Have some self-awareness, ladies. You know what I mean? You got to take the creeps all in good stride, because without them, there wouldn't be a market for that stupid bullshit that you can make a living out of. You think that most dudes can make a living out of having a nice chest and just putting that in a whole bunch of outfits? Shut the fuck up. Stupid ladies. I'm kidding. I love you. People can't just take pictures. They always have to try to grope her. Just because you post a nude picture online doesn't mean you're getting permission for people to just feel you up. Yeah, that's not how it works. I've seen some funny stuff too. I saw two people dressed up as Fett walk up to each other. One took off their helmet and was a rather attractive girl. The other took off their helmet and had a horse head on under it. The girl grabbed the horse head and pulled it off, and it was Deadpool. I laughed pretty hard. They were all dressed as Boba Fett, and the guy had a horse head under his Boba Fett mask and a Deadpool mask under that. How could he see anything? How the fuck do you see through a skin suit, horse mask, and a helmet? Somebody said maybe it was Daredevil all along. Motherfucker. Number 15. Come on now. Most conventions happen in a very urban area. I always cringe when I'm making the long walk from the parking lot to the convention center in costume because the random suited people on the street are usually just minding their own business when they see me, an adult dressed as a fucking Jedi, going about my own way. It's definitely embarrassing having people see you dressed with no context, but it's all okay once you make it in the building and everyone already knows what to expect. The cringiest thing that I have seen another person do was on stage for a costume contest and made a joke that nobody got in the entire audience of hundreds of people. There was dead silence for a solid 15 seconds or so, then the room filled with hesitant sympathy chuckles. Creepiest con experience was when some guy tried to grab my little stepbrother's hand and walk off with him. Nigga, that's a whole nother level of creepy. Somebody almost tried to kidnap your little brother. Are you kidding me? Holy shit. Somebody said a couple of years ago, I took my 5-year-old son to a convention in DC. He was dressed as Captain America and we were riding the subway. He got a lot of positive attention and compliments from military service members who were also riding. One even took off one of his pins and gave it to my son for his costume. My son now loves Captain America, even over Iron Man, as he should. Civil War has cemented fucking Iron Man is the douchebag, fucking monkey canoe that he is. Plus, if you guys are anything like most women, you guys can't get enough of Bucky Barnes, the Winter Soldier. He's an attractive man, I suppose. Not attractive like, Give me a second. Swear to God, I'm just like a snot cannon in the morning time. You know who I find attractive as a black man is the guy who plays, oh God, he's the fly guy. He's the fly guy. He's like a bird person. It has been a difficult mating season for a bird person. Number 14, at PAX Prime, the past summer, my daughter and I were dressed as Link and Zelda. Kawaii. Well, a man dressed as Ganon approached my daughter, who in her Zelda outfit looked to be about 17 to 18, but she was only 14, and told her, "So why don't you and I head to my castle while my buddies take care of the old lady?" Sadly, my sword wasn't quite sharp enough to bisect him. Ew. Well, oh my God. Okay, number 13. I was dragged to a pony con by a friend who promised it would be fun. I don't even like My Little Pony, but I went anyway. We stayed at the hotel that the convention was being hosted at, and the first day we arrived, we are waiting in the lobby when suddenly a random guy throws a pony toy in through the lobby doors. He then proceeds to run inside after it and squat into some ninja pose to retrieve it. He is wearing a Free Hugs shirt. His friend follows him in equally as nerdy. They spot us across the lobby and realize we are there for the convention. Oh boy, my friend was in cosplay. They walk over, no fucking joke, pretending to be robots and say, "Hey ladies," and point to their Free Hugs shirt. I look at my friend like, no fucking way I'm hugging these greasy boys. And she just laughs and hugs them. I stand firm with my arms crossed. She gives me the "come on, don't be an ass" look. And I give in and hug them. They both hug me soul-crushingly tight, then leave. They had that lingering shitty pants smell on top of rodent-killing BO. As they were walking away, I heard one of them say, "Dude, her titties felt so soft against my chest." It's safe to say, the rest of the convention was hell too. Her titties felt so soft against my chest. I need some soft titties against my chest. No, let me stop. A response reads, there was an Ask Reddit thread a while ago where hotel workers were asked what the worst guests to host were. The people that replied agreed that anime convention goers were nightmares. They do stupid, awkward stuff in common areas, break things, creep out other guests, and since they usually don't have much money, they try to sneak 8 guys into a shared room, 8 fat guys with horrible hygiene. The maids are horrified. What the bing bong? You can't just piss in a corner, you fat bastard. Number 12. Some Deadpool cosplayer was running around doing silly poses and trying to be witty and charming until he tripped in front of a large crowd and landed pretty hard on his knee. It was obvious he was hurt, so someone went to help him and he screams, "Fuck off!" As you can see tears soaking through his mask. Full-grown man, jumping around in the cringiest attempt at being Deadpool, smashes his knee, lashes out, and cries. Aww. Number 11. Teenage Homestuck cosplayers, Jesus Christ, laying in the middle of the walkway, outright dry humping and making out. Come on, guys. When they were asked to move, they made a huge shit fit about it, accusing the staff of being homophobic. The Homestuck fan base is cancer. You like Homestuck? You must be lonely. You understand me? You must be lonely. And people going out and finding other Homestuck rejects. It must be like finding the family that you never had. Oh, bing bong. Number 10. One time I was cosplaying as Felicia from Darkstalkers, a character who is a cat girl. I'm dead serious. If you like Homestuck, send me a message on Snapchat because I'm trying to figure out what's wrong with you. I'm trying to rehabilitate you and get you back into society, okay? Society ain't that great, but it's better than the alternative, which is Homestuck, apparently. So one time I was cosplaying as Felicia from Darkstalkers. Felicia's pretty hot, man. So the idea that, Felicia's really hot, guys, so... She's one of the few cat girls that I would just be like, oh, yeah. You know what I'm talking about? Felicia and Morgan are just hot. Oh, my lordy. What's going on here? Oh, see what I mean? What is happening? Felicia from Darkstalkers. But a lot of the cosplays aren't that hot, This is okay, I suppose. I don't know what all this all over her face is. Is she like a zombie, Felicia? See, I hate that. Can't you just be normal? Can't you girls just be normal?
I'm a zombie, Felicia. Buh.
I love that. Look at the ass. Look at the ass. This is advertiser friendly, though. Never mind, okay? So, a character who is a cat girl. Some girl at the convention just ran up out of nowhere, screaming "Glomp the Nico" as she launched herself at me and practically tackled me. Then she stood there hugging me without permission as I tried to extricate myself, and she stank really, really bad. The girl, ugh. Also, same convention and costume, some obese guy who was watching a door to check for badges told me I couldn't come in until I hugged him. Somebody said, please tell me you just said not worth it and turned back. Oh my God. Number 9. I volunteered for a large convention for 15 years. I was on break talking to a friend cosplaying as Sailor Mars. She's an attractive girl and was sitting with myself and a con chair for a different con when a young male shuffled up. He opened by complimenting her costume. He then followed up with, "I've fantasized about you since I was 13. Oh my God." I facepalmed, and there was a pause, and he just sort of shuffled away. Sailor Mars continued on our original conversation. I can only imagine the horror she has had to put up with. Well, I mean, she does have to fight evil by moonlight, and she does have to put up with Serena, of course. Somebody else said, I've known some cute girls who cosplay, and I always seriously wonder, what keeps them coming back knowing they'll have to deal with this shit? It seems like the ups are so small compared to the downs. Because they're nerds too, they're not going to let a couple of fucking weirdos ruin their favorite thing. Oh, that's so kawaii. Yeah, I will never turn my back on my friends. I am always there to defend. Sorry. Which is really important point. Good for you. I'm not reading that. Number 8. Okay. Oh God, I will never forget this one. Happened at a particularly large anime convention. Listen to two 20-somethings very awkwardly have this conversation on a shuttle bus about the about the convention back to our hotel that night. No, they were have this conversation on a shuttle bus from the convention center back to our hotel at night. Is any of this relevant? We're on the bus. We're going back. Jesus Christ. Kidding me in this bitch. Okay. A is a skinny guy wearing these bizarre light-up shutter shades. B is a moderately attractive girl with light-up rings on her fingers and an unrecognizable cosplay. A, oh my God, I am so freaking lit right now. B, I've been lit since like 10:30 in the morning. Wow, you go hard. Where'd you find beer that early? B looks at A incredulously. Seriously? Just go to the liquor store. A laughs awkwardly. Haha, yeah. Silence for a few minutes. Oh my God. A, so have you gotten lit every day for the con so far? B, oh yeah. Pretty much every con I go, me and my crew just get totally lit. Another weird silence. A, you should come back to my room. There's going to be a huge party later. B, sounds cool. I'll tell my friends. Should I bring anything? A, you could bring some of that fun juice. B, looking confused but laughing awkwardly. What? A, could you bring some of those beers? And scene. Just fucking cringe city. Oh my God. Oh my God. Enough. Number 7. This happened just last year, actually. Me and my girlfriend were cosplaying Blitz and IQ from Rainbow Six Siege. I don't know about you fucking nerd kids. At a relatively small convention. Things were fantastic at the start. Lots of, oh, hey guys, can I get a picture? Oh, interesting. People play your corny ass camper game? I didn't know. See, back in my day, we was cosplaying Mass Effect. Fucking Halo shit, motherfucker. Really gangsta shit. Y'all don't know nothing about that gangsta shit. God damn. Anyway, just felt pretty good to get some recognition. We had worked really hard on our costumes, even made Blitz's flash shield with working lights. A few hours in, some guy in costume I didn't recognize shouts, "Blitz, I need to fight you." "Sure, dude, we'll pose for some fight pictures, no big deal." Well, he didn't really grasp the concept of posing and started actually punching my shield, which was made of some relatively thin pegboard materials, and the view slot was plastic. I told him to tone it down and just put his fist against it so it looked like he was hitting it in the picture. His response, "It's a shield, dude, it'll be fine." And punches the plastic right out of the shield. I'm pissed, my girlfriend is pissed, the dude is ecstatic, he throws up his fist and battle cries before running off. Fuck you, dude. Dude, that's Asperger's. That's got to be Asperger's. I don't know. I feel like if I put effort into something and somebody ran, I don't know. I think people would come correct. I don't think somebody would just run up on me and try to break something that I had. You know what I'm talking about? But if they did, if they were Asperger's enough to fuck some shit up on my costume, hey boy, you gotta give and you gotta get. Okay, so I would fuck whatever he had going on up. If he wasn't even wearing a costume, I'd be like, "Hey man, it seems like you about to lose this shirt." Ha ha ha! You know what I'm talking about? Oh my God. Number 6. I've only been to one convention, but here goes. Cringiest moment was during the cosplay competition. There was a couple that was dressed as Toph and Zuko from Avatar: The Last Airbender. The frankly annoying host announced to the audience that Zuko has an important question to ask his girlfriend. Apparently, it's a thing to propose during the competition. Ew. So they do their little show. Toph throws a foam rock at Zuko, and they just stand there awkwardly. The guy gets cold feet or whatever because like 2 minutes pass where it's not clear what's going to happen. They walk off stage. The girl comes back, stands there for a few seconds, then goes away again. Zuko comes back and stands there. The host doesn't know what to say. She kind of ignores him and talks about how mean it is to throw rocks at your boyfriend. Zuko gets the hint and walks off. Then the host goes, "Oh, looks like he changed his mind. Maybe we'll get a proposal next year." Oh my god. Number 5. Last year, my then fiance, oh, poor girl, cosplayed as Kamala Khan. Oh, wait. Maybe he's the guy. I don't know who Kamala Khan is, guys. Fucking cosplays. Kamala Khan is one of the stupidly dressed, teenage-looking Miss Marvels. Who does this? Of all the Ms. Marvels you could be, it's like some kind of kid Miss Marvel, dude. I like this one for obvious reasons. Ooh boy, never mind. Never worry about it. No worries about it. Then he spent about 10 minutes talking her ear off. Whoa. This one creepy guy approached us and started up a conversation with her about how great her costume was. He then spent about 10 minutes talking her ear off about all the people that he wanted Kamala Khan to have sex with in the comics. Nice. Dude, we don't care if you think that seeing her with Gwenpool or Wolverine would be hot. It's pretty creepy. He asked her who she wanted to see have sex with Kamala, which got the response, no one. She's 16. Bing bong. Ooh, if there's grass on the field. I'm kidding. Meaning the character, not the fiance. That didn't really stop him, though. We ended up having to talk him away we ended up having to walk away mid-sentence because he wasn't getting the hint. Oh. Oh. Number 5. 4. 4's been deleted. Wow. Somebody said, holy crap, that's some scary shit right there. I wish we'd know. I wish we could know what it was. Why can't we know what it was? Shiggity schwa. 55. Give me that context, baby. Give me that context. Yeah, I know it's been deleted, but what if we try to get that shit undeleted? You know what I'm talking about? Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Son of a bitch. Damn, somebody says, unless you were exaggerating or adding something to the story, you were 100% about to be robbed. What a scary sounding story. Well, number 3, creepiest by far, was one of my first conventions. I was about 15 years old. I cosplayed as Conan from Naruto. I'm so sorry. And boy, was it a good fucking job. I was posing for a photo with some people when this guy came up to me and explained how neat he thought the costume was and how well I pulled it off. Okay. Thanks. He wanted a picture, so sure. He wanted a link to my DeviantArt. It's broken. Then when I let him know I need to go this way, not so subtly escape, he followed. Oh, I'm going this way too. It took me 10 minutes to work out how to separate myself from this creep and realized we had walked to the food court where the toilets are. I politely excused myself, only to receive what would have been the most disgusting response. Oh, that's cool. I'll come with. I'm 15. You're a guy. This is a women's bathroom. No. Holy crap. Well, I tried to open the image and it's been like, it's not hosted anymore. Whoa, whoa, whoa. When women are using a bathroom as an escape, man, guys are aggressive. You guys are just like fucking cavemen. Don't you understand? Don't you understand? This woman's not interested. Don't you understand? Number 2. I went to my first ever convention at the age of 13. I didn't dress up or anything. I just wanted to take pictures of good cosplayers. My friend and I spotted a very handsome and flawless Miroku cosplay. Inuyasha was my favorite anime at the time. Oh, I wonder if Haru is listening. Haru? Because Inuyasha is Haru's favorite anime. Oh, Haru, you love Inuyasha.
Oh my god, Inuyasha, you're just so cute. Bah.
I was ecstatic, and my friend pushed me in his direction to take a picture with him. I scooted close to him, staying true to character. He groped my ass. It was the best goddamn day of my life. Years later, I realized how creepy it is to be 13 groped by a 20-year-old and have it be the highlight of my middle school days. Well, the thing is, that's how these little girls get down, baby. Number 1 on the list of 37 creepy, cringy convention experiences, like to take the chance, as usual, to thank my wonderful and outstanding patrons without whom I could clearly not do what I do, as frequently as I do it. Special thanks to Schwanz Gruberman, who just, was in a stream last night and went a little crazy. Special thanks again to Faith, Lexeus, and Emily for being outstanding. And an even specialer thanks to Hannah, who is going to be making something ridiculous happen here soon. Guys, let's finish the list. Number 1. Years ago, my wife and I were at a smaller comic convention in Toronto. We were walking around the vendor section and came to a custom chainmail shop staffed by a single girl, probably 17 to 18, outfitted in leather shorts and a chainmail bra. I assume whoever else was working the booth left for a bit. Anyways, it was just a single table and the backdrop behind her. A significantly older, very off-putting man was standing at her table making bad small talk while taking multiple photos of the clearly weirded out girl. She looked over at us and was practically screaming for help with her eyes. My wife pushed over to the table and started talking and asking her product-related questions. And the dude wandered off after a couple of minutes. At the same convention, I left my wife alone for a bit, and she ended up cornered in a booth trying to be as polite as possible while a random guy explained to her his theories of how the Joker is the personification of pure chaos and how he would just stab someone in the neck because he could. I can go off about how The Dark Knight is like the greatest fucking comic book movie ever made, but I wouldn't just corner a woman at a convention about it. Some girls need to, let them be the first. Let them initiate. Holy shit. My tip for any guys looking to make small talk with random girls at a convention: don't lead with how your favorite comic book character is awesome because he can murder anyone he wants to anytime. You idiot. That was that list, guys. And I hope you enjoyed it. See you soon.